Alright, so this is going to be just a quick walkthrough on Acton. We're going to go over 5 things: logging into your account, creating an email, choosing a list, deploying an email, and then reporting off of sent emails. The first step is going to be logging into the account. You can do that by going to act-on.com as shown up here in the address bar. Log in with your email address and password that you created when the verification invite was sent. Once you log in, it's going to take you to this initial screen. This is not something that you'll be interfacing with. However, you'll see your name up in the top right-hand corner. And if you click on it, you want to choose Agency Dashboard from the drop-down list. Now you're going to see a list of properties that you have access to, probably 1 to 4 properties based on your role. For this example, we're going to use the lodges at 777. So if you hover over that property, you want to click Login. Now I'm within the lodges at 777's dashboard for their Acton account. And you'll just notice that up here in the top right-hand corner it does say the lodges. This is going to be important if you're using multiple accounts, just to keep a quick eye on the account that you are in. Focusing on the left side of the navigation here, the first thing that we're going to talk about is creating the email. So I'm going to click on Outbound on the left nav, and then New Message. You'll be presented with several options when you're in the New Message page. The one that you're going to want to choose is called Template Message, and then the property will have an email template. You'll get a preview of that, and then I'm going to click Select down here in the bottom corner. So now I have a new message created. It's using the Lodges template email. You have to give it a name in order to save it and proceed. You're going to need a subject. It's obviously the subject of the email. You want to put your enticing offer there. And preview text, this is going to be the line under the email in email clients like Outlook. It will by default show the first sentence of the email body, or you can put something in here. Sender is going to be coming from the leasing address of the property accounts. This one's automatically defaulted to leasing at thelodges777.com. It's going to default to the property's leasing addresses. There may not be a lot of choices there. If you need to send it from an individual at the property, Catalyst can help you set that up. Reply to, same as sender, that's fine. Now we're going to talk about the recipients. So if you click on Choose List or Segments, this is going to be where we just determine who the email gets sent to. We're always going to want to send it to property staff. That's the leasing email for each property. And then depending on if it's a resident list or a prospect list, we would choose those. I'm going to choose both of those for this example. I'm going to move over to the design section. So you'll see up here in the top there are about 4 steps before you can send the email. The second step is the design step, and so now you're going to see a visual of the email. I am going to leave the top logo alone for this property. It's already linking to the website of the property. That's going to be the case for all of the email templates. Now I have the choice of adding in a graphic into the email. So if you hover over the image placeholder and click on the pencil icon, you will get a pop-up like this. And then if you click on the Add Image, this is presenting me with every image that we've sent from this property's email account. Additionally, I can add a new graphic. So I'm going to do that now by clicking on Upload Image. And then from the Pictures folder on my local machine, I'm just going to grab another image to show you how that would be inserted. So this is just a placeholder graphic, also just giving you an idea of how you insert the images. And then the target URL is going to be where I want this image to click through once it's emailed out to someone's inbox and they click on it. This is optional. You do not have to link images to somewhere, but it's recommended because a lot of users are going to click on the graphic. I'm going to always choose fit block for the image alignment. That's going to make it fit the best in the email. And if you don't have something to say about the image in the alt text, just put the property name in there. That's a good placeholder. That's what it looks like when you insert an image into your email. Now we're going to focus on the body of the email. Again, we have another placeholder text box here, and if you hover over that and click on the pencil icon, very similar to how we changed the image, we're going to change the text. So I'm going to change the title. And I have the option of changing the paragraph copy. I'm going to leave that alone for now and then show you if you were to change the promo code, you would do that here. We've preset the promo codes with the color of the property. If that makes it easier for you, you can do that, or you can change the color. If that's up to you, I'll show you how to do that also real quick. So if I wanted to change the color of this promo offer, I would highlight it. And up here in the top toolbar, I'm going to select this little color palette and choose a different color. That's how I change copy and add copy, such as the title to the email. Click OK when you're done making those changes. Now we're going to move on to the CTA, and that is the call to action button. And this part is a little bit more complex, but I'm going to walk you through everything that you need to do to make this work. So if you hover over that button and choose the pencil icon again, you're going to see a chunk of code here. This is something that we've implemented for a couple of different email clients to look really great. And you're going to change a few things in here. The first thing is you're going to change this hashtag to and you'll notice I'm only changing everything between these quotations. I'm going to do that one more time down here, just in between the quotation marks, put the URL that I want the button to click through. And then the final thing that I'm going to do is change the title of the button. Just for the sake of this example, we're going to say click here. And once you've done that, you can click OK. Certain restrictions may apply. See Office for Details is the standard legal wording that we put at the bottom of every email. I'm going to leave that. If you do not want that, you can click the X and it will remove that from the email. The footer is preset, so you should not have to change anything in the footer of your email. And you shouldn't have to change anything on this right sidebar either. So now that I've made those changes, my email is ready to be reviewed, which you can do by clicking over on the review. This is going to be a better visual representation of what your email is going to look like when it gets sent to someone. And then I can also see what that's going to look like on a mobile device too. When I'm going through, I always want to make sure that the email that's coming from and the subject line are accurate when I'm moving through these steps, just as a double check. And when I'm at this review point in the stage, I can actually click on these. So I'm going to left click if you're right-handed, and then open link in new tab. So that's going to show me that the first graphic is linking to the website. I'm going to do the same for the second graphic. it should also be linking to the website. This can link to another promotion page. If you're sending people to your Facebook page or to a specific page, you can set that like I showed earlier. And then I'm going to check this CTA button, click here, and that is also linking to the website. And then I like to check the social icon down there too, just to double check, and it is linking to the property Facebook page. So all of those links are working properly. Now I'm going to proceed to the send step of the stage. And before I send it, I'm going to test it with myself. And I can do that by clicking on this test button up here. And the user that you're logged in should be the first choice, which you can then click on, and it's going to confirm that you're sending a test message to yourself. That's the best way to test the email, because this is not 100% accurate all of the time. You'll want to actually see what the email looks like in your inbox. And we will take a look at that. Once you have the test email in your inbox, it's going to look like this. You can see here it's coming from the Logis 777 with the test subject line. And then that pre-header text is what I was talking about, where you can plug this in, or it pulls it from the first section of the email, which you can see here. This is what the email looks like when I test it with myself. And after you've taken a look at that and confirmed that it's all good to go, then you can go back and you're ready to either send it or schedule it. If you're ready to send the email, you can click on Send Now, Submit Launch Request, and this is the point where you want to make sure that all of the lists you're sending to is accurate, that the email it's coming from is accurate, that the time you want to send it is accurate. This would be what I would call the point of no return with your email. Once you hit send, it's going out. You can't retract it at that point. So before you hit the send button, you want to confirm that that everything has been tested and good to go. I'm not going to send. I'm going to go back just because I don't want to send this email to those groups. But that is an example of how you would send to your residents and prospects and property staff. Another choice that you have would be to schedule the email by choosing send at the following time, at what point you can choose a date and a time zone of when you want that email to go out. I'm going to go ahead and leave that email since I don't want to do that, and that's how you're going to create and send an email message. The last thing that we wanted to cover was reporting on sent messages, and you can see that information under the outbound section by going to Sent Messages, and this is going to be where you would go and look at any previously sent email. Right now it's defaulting me to this year, so what we're looking at are every email sent for the lodges in 2017, starting with the January newsletter, reveal party, and then the renewal campaign. If you click on any of these emails, you're going to see a visual representation of the email that was sent and the number of people that clicked through to the different sections of the email. This is a great way to see what portions of the email are actually converting. You can see here that downloading the PDF button was the primary thing that people clicked on here, with 106 clicks through to the PDF download for the January newsletter. And if you click over to the Report tab, you're going to see the stats for the 49.8% open rate, which is above industry average, almost double the average, which is great. And the click-through rate is 10.2%, which is also well above the average for the industry. It went out to 1,122 individuals, and then you can see the click-through count here again also. Alright, that covers our 15-minute Acton tutorial, and you can reach me if you need to at ldyer@thelist.com.